Day one, greenies. Alright, so this is my Maze Runner reading vlog. I'm super excited. I don't know why I'm saying a lot, but I'm super excited. I have read The Maze Runner before, so this is a reread. By the way, full spoilers. I'll be talking about most of my thoughts for this book. Not most, pretty much all my thoughts for this book. I'm super excited. I will let you know as I'm going to be switching between reading it physically and also listening to it as an audiobook. And yeah, if you watched my Hunger Games reading vlogs that I did recently, I did, my first one was just the first Hunger Games, and then my other video was both Catching Fire and Mockingjay together. So go check those ones out because it's pretty much going to be the exact same format as that with the Maze Runner reading vlog. I'm so excited. I haven't actually reread this book in a minute, and this is probably my, actually, it may be my favorite dystopian series I've read. Because I've read a lot of dystopians, like the top 3. Actually, I don't like Divergent, so that's not up there, but I mean, top 3, probably Maze Runner, Hunger Games, then I actually can't think of another just straight dystopian. I can think of like other dystopian sci-fis, but they're not even really that dystopian. Maybe the Mortality Doctrine, but that's still more sci-fi, and I don't have a full opinion on that series yet because I haven't finished it. I don't know, but this is definitely most likely, I think, my favorite dystopian. I'm trying to compare it to Hunger Games, but I really can't because they're both great. I don't know if this reread will help me find out if I like this one more. Anyways, so we're going to dive into the world of the Maze Runner and of Wicked and Thomas and the Grievers and all that. So, you're excited? Let's get into it. Alright, so I am 20% of the way through The Maze Runner. I've been listening to it as an audiobook, so I haven't moved my bookmark at all yet. I'm at the part where Thomas is about to get attacked by Ben, I'm pretty sure. Let me flip to actually that chapter and double check. Oh, well, that's way too far. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yep, so he just got to the, well, you know what, he just got to the graveyard and is seeing, that might be concerning, not there, and is seeing all the graves of the boys who have died, obviously, and, I forgot how good this book is. I love this trilogy so much. It's great. It's so good. I was thinking about, because I just recently read, not recently, but a couple months ago, because that's not recent, I read The Fever Code and The Kill Order, which are the prequels to the Maze Runner trilogy, and since reading The Fever Code, which actually specifically affects the Maze Runner because it follows Thomas before he gets sent into the maze, it's really opening my eyes now to what all Thomas forgot. It's really interesting to read it that way because I don't recommend reading the prequels first, then the actual trilogy, because I read the actual trilogy first, then the prequels, and now coming back to the trilogy, it's good. It's definitely enlightening on, and also knowing that Teresa, who just showed up a couple chapters ago, still has her memories. They did not wipe her memories. She was sent into the maze with them. And she has to pretend like she doesn't remember anything. While Thomas was supposed to be sent into the maze with his memories, that was the deal that he made. They realized that he was going to do something to mess up the experiment, so he ended up getting sent in the maze without his memories. So, it's really good. Obviously, I have already read the book, so it's great. We're in the middle of I'm in the middle of chapter 10 right now on audiobook. So, I love these characters. Also, if you've seen the movies of The Maze Runner, there's a part in the movies there's a character in the movies that they took out, obviously because the character is dead at the beginning of The Maze Runner. His name's Nick. He was actually in charge of the Glade before Albie. So Nick died. I don't remember how. I think it's talked about later. But Nick died and Albie took over right as Thomas came up into the maze. So Thomas being up in the maze, it was Albie's first greenie, first newbie. Yeah, so it was really interesting that I forgot actually that Nick had died. I cannot remember how, and this was Albie's first time being in charge of everybody. So he was learning this new role, while Newt, being his second in command, being Newt, being the Brit and sarcastic human being that he is. So, that's great. We've met Gally. I don't like Gally, at all. Another difference between the movie and this as well is that, so when people get stung, so Gally was stung by a griever. In the movie, they had no way of healing fixing it until Teresa comes and has those vials. So in the book, those vials are actually sent up in their medical crate, where if somebody gets stung by a griever, they do have the medicine to heal them of the sting, but they do still keep some of the flashes of memories they got. So Gally remembers Thomas. Gally remembers Thomas from before. And because of in the Fever Code, Gally was trying to get them all to leave Wicked, and Thomas wasn't super for that. And then obviously his mind changed as time went on, but him and Gally were button heads from the beginning. So, yeah, I will update you guys when I'm about 50% of the way through this. So, see y'all in a bit. Percent of the way through The Maze Runner. This, I've officially decided, it isn't my favorite dystopian series. Purely dystopian series. We are not counting Renegades in that. That's sci-fi / dystopian. Purely dystopian. I mean, there's a hint of sci-fi in it, but mainly dystopian series is definitely The Maze Runner. I forgot how much I loved these characters. I forgot how much I loved this plot. I forgot how much I love this world, and just, it's so good. And I don't normally say this because I don't read a whole lot of books with male main characters. I say that as Percy Jackson is sitting right behind me. But Thomas is a great male main character. I think the way that he was written was very well done. His character is just very inquisitive. He's assertive. He's like a natural born leader. He's smart because he created this maze that they're in. And it's so interesting to kind of, also after reading the prequel, The Fever Code, that takes place following these characters before they're sent into the maze. And now after having read that and now reading this again with that knowledge, it really does kind of open my eyes to like some things that are said in this book where I'm like, that may be, oh, wait a second, that's why. That makes sense now, why this person doesn't like this person very much, or why this character's like this, or it really, that was the one good thing that prologue did, other than prequel did, other than somewhat bore me, was when I read this, I have more information. I do not recommend reading the prologues before you read the original trilogy, just because that kind of spoils a lot of stuff for you, that it's way better to read the original trilogy first and then read the prequels. I recommend that as well for The Hunger Games. Read the first 3 books and then read the prequels, because the prequels were published after these were written, so it was almost like they were published with in mind that you had already read the original trilogy. So I recommend reading the prequels after reading the original trilogy. But yeah, really good. Loving reading this again and listening to it as an audiobook in the background while I'm doing other things. And it's made me remember how much I just love this book. How much I actually really enjoy James Dashner's writing too. I've forgotten how much I actually enjoy this writing. So I'll update you guys again when I'm either like 70% of the way through the book. Let's go 70. Finished The Maze Runner. Need to take out my bookmark. Finished The Maze Runner. Boy, is this book so good. This makes me want to watch the movie now, but I don't know where to find the movie. But still, so good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Gave it 4 stars. It's the rating I gave it before, and I agree with that rating. Definitely not one, but my favorite dystopian. I tried very hard not to cry at the end. I withheld the tears. I'm very proud of myself for that one, because I normally cry at the end of this book. Great, amazing, wonderful. Oh, I love this book so much. I did forget. Okay, I'm going to say this. I saw the movie more recently than I read the book, so there were a few things that I forgot about that happened in this book. Quite a few things, actually. So it was a good refresher on that. Love this book. Amazing. Finished. Super proud. Alright, I hope you liked this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!